and insulted them. By the way, Mr. Gruber, back to the question we had a little discussion on earlier. How much were you paid, you and your institution, by the federal taxpayer and by the state taxpayer regarding your lectures on Obamacare?
I have disclosed for the committee, as I understand from my counsel, I'm required federal payment.
I'm not asking what you disclosed. I'm asking you a question. Give me a dollar amount. How much were you paid? The American taxpayer would like to know how much they paid you to deceive them and then got made fun of by the very dollars that they paid you to make fun of them. Know that. So how much were you paid?
As I said, the committee can take that up with my counsel.
So you're not going to answer the question? You're under oath? We're asking you a simple question. You come to the committee, we ask a question, you're supposed to answer the question. How much were you paid by the federal taxpayer and the state taxpayer?
As I said, the committee can take that up with my counsel. I'd be happy to provide whatever.
All right, I got one other.
The gentleman suspend for a moment.
Keep my time.
I want to advise everyone that counsel has said that they're not available to clear up the errors and omissions in the gentleman's truth filing. It does require, our form does require grants, contracts. In other words, we cover all revenue. We only received about $100,000, which is far less than the gentleman's testimony, in disclosures, which were 3 grants. As a result, the gentleman's disclosure is not complete. So I would admonish Dr. Gruber, your choice really is answer questions fully here and then supplement, or we will seek to bring you back with the full disclosure and in order to get all the other numbers. It's really your choice. Your counsel can advise you, but we find by your own testimony, we find your submission deficient. And your counsel is ill-advised to say that it is sufficient because it only includes grants, and you have contracts, and you've admitted under oath that you have contracts. So those are not listed, and you are deficient. Again, this is our last hearing. If I don't have to recess and come back again, I would like to not have to recess and come back again. So please do not make this drag on longer. If you can give answers to the best of your recollection, and we will accept an amendment, if that's the case, an addendum at a later date. But the gentleman is entitled to questions to the best of your knowledge answered. You took an oath saying you would tell the truth, the whole truth, not the truth and only what your counsel says is going to be discussed. It is all questions, all answers. And if Mr. Cummings were sitting in this chair or anyone else, we could expect no less. Mr. Cummings.
Mr. Chairman, I think his counsel is talking to him. Why don't we give him a second?
We'll pause.
Mr. Chairman, just on that question, I have a PolitiFact document here, and they have a fact checker thing that has, all kinds of numbers. They went into this in depth as to what the gentleman was paid, and I was wondering if we just enter this in as part of the record.
We'll certainly be happy to enter in without objection.
Thank you.
The gentleman for Ohio may continue. And I'd ask unanimous consent. You have additional 30 seconds without objection.
Well, I think I have a question on the table to Mr. Gruber. I'm waiting for his answer.
I was informed that I should report all federal monies received through grants or contracts for this fiscal year and the previous 2 fiscal years. I did that. I've received no federal contract.
I don't care what you were informed, Mr. Gruber. I care about what I'm asking you. And what I'm asking you is how much money did the taxpayers, state or federal, pay you to have you then lie to them? That's what I want to know.
Oh, over this fiscal year and the previous
No, total. I mean, look, this is this has been a 5-year ordeal with this law. We want to know how much you got from the taxpayer and then made fun of him after you got the money and lied to him.
I don't recall the total.
Well, we want that information as quick as we can. Let me